You guys ready for a story?
Yeah, the frog one. No, I
You want it exactly the same?
No, the one that happened to the other tadpoles.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. We were going to talk about that.
I don't like that.
Well,
I want.
news spread far and wide amongst the forest that the three friends, frogs, got eaten by the cow. And so their little brothers and sisters were just tadpoles. And so they're just in the pond, you know. Hey, where'd Malcolm go? You know, and the mom had to say, you know what, they weren't being very smart, and they got on the leaf and got ate by a cow, and we're gonna teach you better. And so as time grew on, the tadpoles listened to their mom because they knew that she was older than them, and that they had experienced being a tadpole once too, you know, because that's what frogs come from, you know.
Yeah.
And so as they grew up, they started getting they started growing arms, and they started growing legs, and they started turning into a frog. And before you knew it, all 7 of them
What, there
were
were
frogs.
7?
There were 7 tadpoles, and they became 7 frogs. Okay. Now, because there were so many of them, they didn't name them. They just called the oldest one 1, the other one 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and Diane.
7?
No, just Diane.
Diane's the 7.
Yeah, she was able to get a name for some reason, but the other ones were just numbered. But the last one was Diane. So anyway, they lived so fun on their lily pads, and they would jump and play and frolic in the autumn mist. And as they did, Diane became the leader because she was the oldest.
I thought she
Or
was
the youngest. And that's what's interesting, because she was the youngest.
Then why was she in charge?
Because she was the smartest, and she helped her mom the most. And so everybody goes, hey, I didn't listen to Mom when I was a little tadpole, so I don't even know how to find food. Well, Diane said, well, it's easy. Come follow me, and we'll go get some flies off of the yeah, right. And so she taught all the other kids because she always listened to her mom and dad. But one day, 3 and 5 were hopping along, and they met, well, let's see, it was just 3. Yeah, 3 was hopping along, and guess who she found? She found a boy frog named Jeremy. And they decided that they were going to be boyfriend and girlfriend. And so hand in hand, they decided to start hopping through the woods and playing together and everything. And Diane came along and said, hey, number 4 or 3, who's your new boyfriend? And she said, this is Jeremy. And all of a sudden it started to rain. And it rained and rained and rained. And it rained so hard that the pond started filling up and getting a lot of water in it. And so Jeremy, number 3, and Diane, they couldn't get back to the pond. And so they had to go up in the tree because it was just getting so wet. They had to get up in the tree.
But was it high or was it low?
Just kind of low, because frogs can't climb very high.
Yeah, she's gonna get eaten.
I hope not, but what happened was...
He just got his sock off in the door.
Yeah. So they all huddled together on this leaf, and it was a big leaf, not one of the smaller ones, and so they looked like a clump. Just like a glob.
Group?
Yeah, a group, yeah. And so they grouped up on the leaf, and it just rained and rained and rained, and they're looking down trying to find 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6. And Diane said, I don't know what we're going to do unless this rain stops. And
was it too big for them to get swallowed?
they're just sitting there watching around and stuff. But then what happened was the sun came out.
Something's gonna eat the lions out.
The sun came out and a rainbow formed. And they decided to hop on the rainbow.
But how did they hop on the rainbow?
It's a magical place. They hopped on the rainbow and guess what they found at the other end?
What, the pond?
The pond. There was nobody in it because a shark came along and ate them all.
But sharks don't live in ponds.
I know it was a magical place and it was a magical shark. So Diane, number 3, and Jeremy, they went back over the rainbow back to where they were. And you know what happened?
What?
A crow came out of the sky and ate number 3. Just came down, swooped, and took off and ate number 3. So Diane and Jeremy got married instead. They lived happily ever after. Pretty good, huh?
But then how did the mom have more tadpoles?
I don't think so, because I think the magical shark ate everybody. But maybe we're not getting the whole story, and maybe tomorrow night we can talk about it when we go to bed, okay?
Okay.
All right.